A brief doot there. Hello. Hello, and welcome to an impromptu doodle stream. What with the fact that apparently RPGs are happening today. So no, we're not rafting. We're doodling. And I don't know what we're doodling. I don't even know what music we're going to have in the background of the doodling that is happening. So, yeah. Very well planned. I feel like I should probably do a different soundtrack. Should we do the Elden Ring soundtrack? I haven't actually listened to the Elden Ring soundtrack. I'm too busy panicking in boss fights to actually pay attention to it. Maybe we should do that. I should have planned this. I should also have planned the possibility of getting copyright struck by having this in the background. But it's a doodle stream, so it's not the end of the world. There's a lot of music in the soundtrack I have looked up. Hey, Christy, how you doing? So let's grab this and then turn it down really quickly so that it's not too loud. Stop it! Shush. How you doing, Christy? You alright? Let's turn it down there. Is that good? It's quite quiet. I think drums happen. Different track? Might be a different track. Let's go to a different track. I don't know what track this is. Okay, some of these are quiet. This might not be a good soundtrack. How you doing, Christy? You alright? I definitely planned this. Yeah, some of these are really quiet atmospheric things and other ones are like, you know, boss fight. So, let's put a boss fight on and get a rough idea of... Okay, no, they're just kind of quiet, so... That might be good. Sorry, that might have been loud for a second. My apologies. We're playing Divinity and eating pancakes. What a fantastic Saturday. Be a little loud. Down just a smidge. Yeah, cool. Let's doodle. Over here. Bada bada bing. Bada bing, bada boom. I've been trying to get... I was trying to set up a Project V scene in OBS, and I was thinking, what can I add to it? And there really isn't anything to add to it at the moment, so I just did that. With all the little pictures at the top. And I don't know what our zones are yet, so we have question marks. But yeah, cold fingies though. Oh no. How do gamers keep your digits warm? Breaks to warm up your hands. Double glazing? I don't know, really. I do occasionally come away from things and like my thumb, the skin under my thumbnail is like blue, and I'm like, yep, it's cold. Cool, let's draw. I don't know what to draw. I haven't drawn anything today. Yes, it's one of those. Via Mania. No, not Beer Mania. Oh, CC. Divinity Lizard? What's the Divinity Lizard? That's not how you spell lizard. Lizards, Divinity Wiki. So stop auto-playing streams, go away. Bloody wikis. Honestly. Oh, they look kind of cool. I got some fun stuff going on that I don't know how to replicate. Okay, I'm gonna draw one wearing modern clothes. Just because I can't be bothered to draw the armor. I got some nice big old necks. Get a general frame up first. There's a few different types by the looks of it. So let's just have fun. Those big ol' hips. Big old egg birthing hips. I guess. Hang on, let me as if to directly reference the picture that I saw yesterday. Gonna have them slouch a bit. Oh, that's a tiny eraser. How do you draw again? Something to do with lines, right? Particularly these sorts of legs. How do you... I'm bad at drawing people walking with, like, human legs. Let alone whatever's going on here. There's a ragdoll! Hello, things are on fire. Yeah, now we're on to one of the quiet ones in the OST by the looks of it. Good. This is not a good OST to have on in the background. Well, it's what it is. Sometimes they'll be quiet and sometimes they won't. I guess. Just like the real Elden Ring. How you doing, Ragdoll? You doing good? Very long arms. Cute emote here. Looks like a deer. Deer bits emote. So how would lizard boots work? Also, how does drawing work? It is a deer bits emote. Yeah. Yeah, there appear to be a variety of different lizards. So I'm just gonna have fun and kind of make my own. What's going on with the hands? Claws, I guess. Semester is over! Now it's time for you to banter students who failed and messed up their full schedule. Yay! Maybe I should try and guess what boss this music is for. Because if there's one thing I've learned from, like, watching playthroughs of Elden Ring now that I've finished, is that I paid no attention to the music whatsoever. I was too busy panicking, trying not to die. It'd be interesting to see whether or not I can actually recognize any of this music. Doesn't help that a lot of it sounds similar, but yeah. I'm glad the semester. Well, I'm glad the semester's over. You've now got to deal with all the students who didn't do very well. So, I guess in that sense, it's sort of like a filtration of hard work. All of the easy students are now gone. Now it's the ones that require more effort. Should we do a Luna, I guess, with the feet? And I recognize this music, but I don't know where from. This is Polluter. Hello. Hi, Lewis. Welcome to the Uber Eats sponsored stream. Have you ever wanted your takeaway coffee delivered to you by a lizard? Then try the new trial of Uber Eats. If you use the code Christmas at the checkout, then you can get 3% off your next order. After that one, not the one that you've just bought. Need a haptic feedback UI where the skip ad button is slamming things out of your way. That'd be great. Hey, Kiro! How you doing? Somebody made me draw a lizard and it wasn't chibi. So we're drawing a lizard. I don't know anything about Divinity, so this is just what they look like. Seems legit, yeah. Hope you're doing well. We also have the Elden Ring soundtrack on in the background, purely for the purpose of me trying to recognize any of the music. If you can recognize the music, then leave a comment. And like and subscribe. How do their mouths work? Oh, the big mouths. I think I should probably start doing like finer details. And Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. Hey, bot works. Nice. Yeah, Deer's emotes are good. I don't think I've ever actually watched a Deer stream. I probably should at some point, but I do know that their emotes are good. Nothing wrong with more lizard friends. I know nothing about Divinity, so I apologize, but here we are. No, I don't know this boss. Is that NBC Clay? Nice. You bought Divinity to potentially play it with the ult, and now you're hooked. Yeah! Marvellous. What's gonna have like a couple of little horns there. Maybe like a sort of lip pierce thing. What's this? Is it Titanic? This is the Titanic, what? Also, how do you do, Duck? How you doing? You ready for RPGs? Ready for JPEGs? Oh, it's the raft. Oh, yeah. Oh, poor SS Beaver. I was about to say Belvoir. No, Beaver. There's some sort of fun sort of flap things going on here. Is this the Godskin one? Maybe.
Beaver.
Hey, see? Oh wait, hang on, that means it's wrong. There's so many places that could go. That's
Shark Beaver.
Shark Beaver. The new Duck Goose. Can I work with this? No, I should probably be a little more specific on what things are in order to actually get this to not look terrible. No, wait, hang on, I can hear... Yeah, no, that wasn't the Godskin music. I can hear that in my head now. I actually can hear a piece of music in Elden Ring. That's novel. Only a bit of it, though, because it's quite nice. Only mildly more dangerous than Duck Duck Goose. Mildly. Yep, it's wrong. Well, we got to call it something else now. How would you pronounce that series of letters? Bevel, maybe? Oh my god, it doesn't really have... How do these legs work? Because it's like... This is obviously technically the foot, not the leg. So it's got... I guess it sort of comes out a little bit, so it's sort of like more like that. Uncircuit him! I can't keep doing that all stream. Join his family. Can't do that either. Ducks are ferocious. Ferocious. Oh, that was it. I watched a thing the other day about commonly mispronounced places on the London Underground, and there's some fun ones in there. Let's see if I can remember what they are. I mean, there's that one. What else is there? You're welcome to place your guesses as to how to pronounce these. I believe it's pronounced too expensive. Well, there's your classic. That one's fun because it's got 2 sequences of 4 letters that are pronounced completely differently both times. Out of 7 possible combinations, the O-U-G-H, I think there's 7 ways of pronouncing that in English. What else? Oh yeah, I like this one. That's a starting point. Lorber. Ross slipped close. Playing Scrabble in the UK must be a nightmare. Not allowed proper... No, you are allowed proper nouns now, aren't you? It's handy, though. So you got the you kind of got the idea. It's Ruislip, Loughborough, and Southwark. I think I like Southwark personally because it's like that is just 2 words and you've just pronounced them both wrong. Southwark, nope. That's so walk. Off to RPG, wish to play as luck. Yay! Good luck, everybody. Don't die, please. Dark explicitly said yesterday that it is impossible for them to die, so everybody remember that. They cannot die. Were the words? Rice slip, yeah. Luck! Rice slip, Loughborough and Southwark. You already know about the, you know, obviously beaver and such. If you're from the area, it's pronounced Savok. He's Savok, mate. If you like the blackguard from oh, my theory checks out even more. So I have this theory, which is that Elden Ring is based in Britain. And that theory holds true in the sense that there are just accents from all over Britain in Elden Ring, and they're roughly geographically accurate. In the sense that you find West Country accents in the southwest, you find Welsh accents in the west, you find, turns out, Scottish accents in the north. And I think all the people from the capital have sort of like Northern English accents. So yeah, my theory I think is holding true because I can now add the Scottish accents to that. No one really lives in the southeast, so I can't confirm that because it's a horrible poison desert. Which, as somebody from the southeast, can confirm. Right, let's do some stuff. It's basically Loughborough, yeah. Loughborough. Technically Loughborough, but, you know. The English have an interesting relationship with the word borough. These organs sound familiar. One of the dragons? Is it the, Placidusax? Perhaps. These would not be outside lines, so I'm just going to ignore them for now. I have my method of doing this. Loughborough. Bow wow. Well, that was another thing I intended to watch at some point, the Wild Wild West. Because apparently, I did not know this, it was an old black and white TV series. Basically a sci-fi western sort of thing. Before it became a disappointing film. Luff that bow wow. That honestly sounds like something out of a modern rap song that I just wouldn't understand. Yeah, everybody, luff that bow wow. What? Is that a euphemism for drugs or sex? I've lost the plot here. Oh, I definitely recognize this music. Don't know what it is though. Is this Godskin? Let's check this. No, it's not. It's... Okay, fine. Oh yeah, I should... Yeah, okay, sorry, I just... Oh yeah, I don't have Discord over, that's good, sorry. I've just realised that I have the Discord overlay on this OBS thing. And I've just realised that people are chatting in Discord, and I'm like, oh god, are their names on screen? But no, I need to have the app open to do that. And they're in a different voice channel, so it's fine. You can't pronounce ours, it's not your fault? Oh no. Will Smith turned down The Matrix for Wild Wild West? Yes, I found that out yesterday, actually. To be fair, if you look at the pitches of the films, and particularly the sort of stuff that the actors had to go through in The Matrix to do it, Wild Wild West looks a lot more fun. Turns out, obviously, Matrix was a much better film, but... Just, if I were just an actor given those pitches, and I wanted to just have fun... Yeah, I'll go for Wild Wild West. Oh, I recognise this as well. Why do all these sound familiar, and yet I don't know what any of them are? Oh, is this Millennia? Hang on. No, it's Dragon. Oh. I know I heard it a lot. So it's either Millennia or Dragons, or Ulcerated Tree Spirits, I guess. Either things I fought because I fought a lot of them, or things I fought because they were Millennia. Actors, much like girls, just want to have fun. And why not? I'll tell you why not. Money. I was about to ask if there are any other suggestions for things to draw, but I'm nowhere near finishing this. But hey, think of things for me to draw anyway, because I will eventually be finished with this. Shouldn't be too long. Well, that's the outline done. Done. Moving on. No. So it's possible for something to be fun to make and also a bad end product. Quite often, in fact. Look at most of the things I've made. It is also possible for things to be really just absolutely awful to make and a really bad end product as well. Again, look at the things I've made. Who's that Pokemon? It's the horrible lizard. They're alright, they're just grumpy. They need their morning coffee. At least go like that, actually. Adjusting line art on the fly? What is this? Not a fly, it's a lizard. Like children. So what's everybody been up to on Saturday? It's Saturday today, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, cool. I know time. I have a healthy relationship with time. And that healthy relationship is that we leave each other alone. Oh no, you're less interested in making them than you're interested to teach them horrible songs to subject their parents to. Wonderful. I'm less interested in making them and more interested in just avoiding them. They're weird. Children are weird. They haven't learned how to be an adult yet, and that's scary. They don't know social norms. I don't know how to deal with someone like that. I'm bad enough with people who do know social norms. I like kids who are absolutely adamant that they know what they want. Because then I don't have to make any decisions. So we're gonna play the ball game. It's like, okay, we'll play the ball game then. And then we play it for an hour. It's like, cool, I'm fine with this. Let's go. You saying that made your brain go Baby Shark? Dude, I've somehow managed to go this far without hearing that song. That said, it took me about 2 years for me to actually hear Let It Go. So, one of the great advantages of being out of the loop. I've only ever heard people referring to it, so... Which is now your opportunity to, as it were, rickroll me with it. Which is difficult, I guess, on like Discord, because you get a preview of the thing that's shared. Oh, there we are. See? Lewis got there already. Alas, there is a thumb there. Social norms sound fake. I know. I know. Oh, this one's dissonant. The main issue I have with this soundtrack is that you could probably swap out any boss theme for any other boss theme and no one would notice. None of the music really sort of has anything special. Well, some of it does. The Ancestor Spirit soundtrack is nice and weird and fits, because it's very sort of like naturally sort of, I don't know, how do you... It's organic. Feels organic. Rather than sort of like structured. Went most of your life without hearing that song. First time you heard it was a few months ago, you think? Nice. Can't believe I saw 3 of Roots. Suddenly singing. Oh, was this the bats? This might be the bats. The bats sing in this game. I guess this stream is spoilers for Elden Ring. I'm really expecting it to be, but... Here we are, I can apparently think of nothing else. That sounds like the music of Limgrave. Or is it the Weeping Peninsula? Maybe both. So apart from forthcoming Project Via, does anybody have any fun plans for the remainder of the weekend? Reptile's favorite clothing, Le Crocs. Gosh, if I knew clothing brands, that would be funny. I've been writing an RP tag and this character will not shut up. Also, a friend has a baby whose birthday is today, so you're going to give them some block toys. Yee! Block toys always a winner. Because you get to build a thing and knock it down. Best time. Only way it could be improved is if it comes in a cardboard box. So many tracks on this soundtrack start with a bell. Dong. The one thing I would say, dissertation writing, yay, how's that coming along? One thing I would say about this soundtrack is it's always good to have a bit of prejudice dismissed. So I tend not to be a huge fan of the work of Yuka Kitamura, who was the soundtrack lead for Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro. And her work on... She wrote a very good, my favourite piece of music in the entire series of Dark Souls, which is Ruin Sentinels from Dark Souls 2, was written by her, and I was flabbergasted to learn that because it has like structure and rhythm and instruments doing different things, which none of the rest of her music seems to do. A lot of her music seems to basically be, if you've ever heard Maria's theme from Bloodborne, it's all that. Every single one, and almost every track from every FromSoft game subsequent has been that. But it turns out this soundtrack was made by just loads of different people. I think the actual lead for the music on this game was the original Dark Souls 1 composer. And a lot of the music that Yuka Kitamura wrote for this soundtrack is quite different. So it's nice for me to have this image of a composer like, oh, they just write all the same stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then it turned out to be false. So, hooray! People are more complicated than you think. Paper is finito. Gonna write up big old presentation. Huh? Nice. Sorry, when you said paper is finito, I thought you meant like your university has banned paper or something. Papers are over, they're forcing us to do presentations now. Oh god, I hadn't prepared for this. That was bad. You ever get halfway through a line and just go, nah, that's bad. Why am I carrying on? Stop. Define the boundary of the gloves first. Very good idea. Probably define the boundary between the gloves first. That's probably a good idea. I think she did Ancestor Spirit, actually, now that I think about it. Sorry, I'm back on Yuka Kitamura. Vaguely obsessed with this realization that she doesn't just write the same piece of music over and over again. The human brain likes to want to pinpoint blame on one person, and so it just doesn't happen sometimes. But yeah, well done on getting the paper done. Some of your code work has been doing... yeah, that is doing, sorry. Yeah. Some of my co-workers have been doing defense style tests in their upper division courses. Nice. I think the only defense style thing, actually no, scratch that. I had to do I guess it's not really a defense, I just had to do an oral exam in French when I was at secondary school. But that's the closest I had until PhD. So it's like not really sort of taught those skills of like being able to articulate your thoughts on the fly about something, you know. And I didn't really find it that, like, I mean, I passed, but I don't think that it went particularly well. So same with my driving test, actually. Probably shouldn't have passed that one. But yeah, I don't know how you go about sort of getting that to be a more general thing without just causing a hell of a lot of panic for young students, but I don't know, maybe do like a kind of peer review sort of presentational thing where you got to do presentations to groups of, you know, your peers, and then they give feedback or something. I don't know. I'm not a teacher anymore. You got a bagel. Nice. You got bagels. Hit the Whopper button. Color. What color is this friend going to be? So you highlight. Let's grab the highlight bucket. It's the highlight bucket. I'm thinking warm colors, like oranges stuff. There's a lot of different colors in the Divinity ones. Your thing's mostly a time thing. You can't do individual presentations or defense exams when you have a class of 20 plus. True. And I guess like when I was at university, there was like in our year a good couple of hundred people. So I suppose each tutor then sort of individually had around 20. I don't know. I remember that was fun. We went from a couple hundred people in my sort of university year, all doing maths, and then as time went on, people started specializing, people dropped out, and so you started seeing fewer and fewer people in individual classes. And then when I started my masters, there were, I think, 7 of us doing the master's course, and on one of those courses, I was the only person. I was the only person doing the what was it? I think it was Rings, Fields, and Knots. I think that's the name of the course. And I was the only person interested in Rings, Fields, and Knots. Come on, it's knot theory. Who doesn't like knot theory? Got your Riedmeister moves. It's great. Such good. I'm glad you like it. Let's give it some colour. Boom. No, that's not colour. Boom. There we are. Oh no, there's a glove there, isn't there? Okay, hang on. Altering the line art. Line art altered. That was quick. Only one glove. Interesting design choice. Lizard. This is your fault, not mine. And I'm thinking sort of bluey colours for the outfit. Contrast. Let's get some nice. Lock transparency, please. Thank you. I still want to. I've wanted to do this for a while. I wanted to try and make something about maths. Like streams or videos or something. Because I really do feel like people have sort of gotten the short end of the stick with sort of maths education, and I do firmly believe that there is an area of maths that well, hang on, let me restructure the order of that sentence. For everybody, there is an area of maths which they would like. The other way around doesn't work. And yeah, I'd like people to sort of see maths sort of for how I see it, as just fun pattern recognition and exploitation, as opposed to these are the formulae. Remember the formulae. Now apply the formulae and get the correct answer. That was not the correct answer. You must reapply the formulae. Which is a consequence of trying to teach a standardized form of mathematics to literally every child in the world. Which is something I, do not envy the people who have to do that for a living. Formulae, more like formulame. Again, given present company, I would like to stress that I think these people are doing stellar work. I just feel like they shouldn't have to do it for every single child. Arithmetic, cool. Learning about like finance and stuff and how to deal with numbers and statistics and understanding all that sort of. We're in a data world now, so understanding that's important. But I don't necessarily see the advantage of everybody knowing trigonometry. It can be handy in quite a lot of applications if you know how, but don't think it has to be general knowledge. It's a historical human achievement that we discovered such a thing. It's very useful and applicable, but I do often wonder if it was taught in history instead. Whether or not people would remember it more. You'll have to have fun with that. So there is fun to be had in maths. It's just trying to find what you find fun about maths. Because it's just patterns. All of maths is just patterns. The patterns get more complicated generally as time goes on, but it's just patterns. I've often used sort of patterns, sort of algorithmic processes of creating patterns to make sort of nice arty things. Like, kind of wish they'd switch out pre-calculus with statistics in required secondary school maths. Yeah, I think statistics is just significantly more useful. I don't like doing it as much, but undoubtedly, like, gosh, the spread of disinformation during the COVID when the vaccine started getting rolled out, about the vaccine effectiveness. You know, maybe that would have been neutered slightly if people understood Bayesian statistics. And it's like, yes, this is how you can trick people into thinking that false positives mean that the vaccine doesn't work. This is a classic example that has been known since before the Victorian era. That's interesting. Quick question. If I were to say the Victorian era, would you know what I meant? Because obviously that's quite a British reference. I'm just wondering if that translates somehow. It's being understood elsewhere. Mid-ish 1800s? I mean, pretty much. The Victorian era was basically the 1800s, so... Generally, I guess people tend to refer to it as the mid to late. But, Queen Victoria was alive for a long time. Putting way too much work into this picture. So when Queen Victoria was in power, yeah. Actually, let's have a look. Queen Victoria. She was. Okay, she was born in 1819. So yeah, she was queen from 1837 to 1901. Which is quite a time. What's that, 63 years? 64 years? So yeah, mid to late 1800s. Now we have a fan Queen Lizard. I mean, do we really have a queen now? Not really. There's someone there and they get money, but they don't really do much. I kind of remember this one as well. It's I have no attachment to this music. It's weird. But I do remember it vaguely, or recognize it. I'm like, this isn't totally alien to me. Oh yeah, I forgot about your bits back here. Well, there we go. There's a rough what's it. Let's do some rough shading as well. And in the meantime, what would you like me to do next? Is what's it the new derogatory term for these lizards? No, it's just general catch-all term for things I don't know what to call. It's wassit. They're the wassits. Or I guess it could be like the equivalent of gammon, calling them gammon. They're watsits. Knickknacks, maybe. Very dramatic music for what's happening on screen. Maybe this wasn't an appropriate soundtrack, I don't know. Must find more game soundtracks to play on stream. Be interesting to see how many copyright strikes this VOD gets, though. Or copyright claims, usually, not strikes. Usually alright with Dark Souls stuff. Usually. But we'll see. This is Elden Ring we're talking about. Or Dark Souls 4. Or Dark Souls 2-2. Or Demon Souls 5. Depending on your persuasion. Or George R.R. Martin came up with the concept of god incest and then we made a game out of it. Just no overlay stuff. Almost done. Is this taking an hour? Have I been drawing this for an hour? My word. Usually I've done like 2 or 3 doodles at this point. My word. Oh no. Oh no, I'm so far behind. I apologize. All the next drawings are going to be really simple. This is the only complicated drawing I'm going to do today. And even then, it's not particularly complicated. Oh, I do vaguely remember like a cello double bass line. Don't know what it's for though. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to do for Project Via. I'd like to make a piece of music for everyone's zones. Whenever I get your zone, try and do a little thing. I have some ideas for how to do it. Mainly revolving around the concept of taking your name and taking all the notes out of it. Which I did try and do when I was younger, sort of like, oh, it's just a fun little way of making someone's name into music. But I've subsequently discovered that when composers of the past have tried to do this, they employed a slightly cleverer technique. You're cheating with your zone. I think everybody's got something weird going on with their zone, so it's going to be fun. But yeah, in the past when people have like converted words into music, like, you know, hymns or whatever, and or like their own name, they've used I think it's the German musical notation system, which is very similar to what I was taught. I don't know what it would be. I was going to say the Western one, but I guess Germany's also West. But there's a couple of differences in that what we would call B flat is B, and what we would call B is H. So you get an H, get an extra letter. But also they represent, and I could be wrong about the details here, but they represent sharps and flats by just putting a suffix on the end of the letter of S and is. So like D flat would be des, and D sharp would be dis, or something like that. And as a consequence, E flat is just S, because it's ES, as it were. So you get an S, technically, kind of. Bit cheesy, but you can get one. So I've already disassembled all of your names, using that musical notation system, and they will be the motifs for your areas, in whatever form they manifest. I've played around with them a little bit. Can confirm, my favorite is Dark's. Inexplicably, I don't think, from what I know of his zone, I don't think it's gonna fit, but I like it. I think I might have something for mine. Chibi's is a nightmare. I'm gonna have to mess around with them a bit. You're still not sure about your zone? If you have one, that's fine. If it's details that you're not sure about, then we'll work that out as we go along. Chibi's zone is a nightmare, or Chiba's a nightmare? Neither, but also both. That's unfair. Okay, we're doing the last bit of shading now. I should probably make all of the saturated colors in this less saturated so that the shadows come out properly. Also, I'm doing this on the wrong layer. Hang on, I can fix that. No wonder nothing was coming up. There we go. That's better. We get a bit of shadow in there. It just says boss music. I mean, I haven't specified what music I'm going to make in your zone. It could be boss music, it could be atmospheric, it could be wistful character music, it could be, I don't know what I don't know what your zone is yet. So, gonna have to. I showed this at the beginning of the stream. This is a sort of work in progress of trying to get something looking nice for the stream, and it's like, well, I don't know what your zones are, so they're just question marks for now. Also, your icons might not be particularly clear because I didn't know quite how to represent you. In particular, Oobs. I don't know what Oobs... Oobs doesn't have like a kind of consistent internet sort of avatar. So I just did a silhouette of the Peepo Shoosh puppet, which is their... Oh god, wrong one. Their avatar in Discord. So it's a professional outfit going on here. This is definitely well planned, and I know what's going on. You can trust me to get this all, well done. Also, I'm not sure if Miss is a part of it yet, but I've included her there just in case. Hopefully it's going to be fun. That's the point. It's going to be fun. Let's also... do this. Oops. Sometimes the shadow is as simple as taking away a highlight. Okie dokie 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 dokie. Grab all these, copy them, bunch them together, clip them over the line art, and blah! That seems good. Now set to color, and we'll give this... something like that. We'll go with that. There we go. Lizard. Oh yeah, I should save this. What's the date today? 30. Oh yes, May tomorrow. Oh dear. Right. What else to doodle? I'm gonna fill up this entire section with lots of little doodles. Gib doodle. You're back. Bathroom got a bit flooded. Oh no, that's not good. Kirby, but Elden Ring. I mean, a lot of things in Elden Ring are just balls, so that works. Music in VR? Yeah, I want to make a little piece of music for everybody. Everybody's own. Then again, I also said that I'd make a piece of music that emulates every track on the Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack, and I didn't do that. Corb, I'm gonna have to look up a picture of Kirby, because as simple as they are, it is surprisingly difficult to get them to look right. Circles. You know what I'm gonna do. Ah, this is the intro music. I recognize that because I have to listen to it every time the game crashes. Oh, the salt. Apparently, and I did not know this, and so maybe this will be my next playthrough if I ever play this game again. This trumpet thing, instrument, weapon, actually really good. Actually a really good weapon in the game. So usually these gimmick things aren't, you know, they're just there because you look at an enemy and go, oh, I want to use that. But this time, actually a good weapon. Shoot! Wah. I can't remember what it looks like. Ah, God. This is my franchise's doodles. This is Kirby but Elden Ring. I don't know what franchise Lizard Friend is from. Life is Strange, I guess? It's funny because Kirby games inevitably end with fighting eldritch horrors from beyond spacetime. Yeah, it fits. And you think, for the vast majority of Elden Ring, you think, oh no, it's not. It'll be fine. And then it is. This game we won't be fighting eldritch horrors from beyond spacetime. Oh no! Let me also get a picture of the... This is not what they're called, but I'm not gonna... So where are they? They are... I don't know, close, close. Not oraculate, or oracle. Oracle Envoy. No, not Yu-Gi-Oh! Elden Ring. I guess they also have, like, the things. We'll add that in as we go on the line art, because time... Oh, we are hearing some nice trumpet music at the moment, that fits. No idea what this music is, probably cinematic or something. Guess more this, but make it blank. Overcoat Kevin, but Souls-like. I guess do a sif and just put a sword in its mouth, or like a knife, cooking knife. Trumpets! Ah! Dramatic music! And then it ended. As quickly as it began, it ended. Ah, this is Redmane Castle.
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks.
Oops! What? What? Hello? What? Hello? Hello, Ploops. It has been a while. How you doing? Out of nowhere, it you! My word. It heckin' you. Ah. Not too bad, huh, Mimi? I'm alright. Plodding along as per usual, drawing Kirby as an Elden Ring enemy. As is my wont. By which I mean as was Ragdoll's wont. This is different to plants. Yes. Oops, draw some good horrors. And boobles. Right, well, this is going significantly faster than the previous one. While I'm colouring the curb, any suggestions for something else to do? Looks a little redder than that. Does it? Not sure about that. Doop 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 doop. Bah. I think that's also supposed to be arm. It wasn't particularly clear. Good job, Chris. Bum bum bum. I've also realised the horn isn't straight. Don't worry about it. I said don't. You kind of, just as the kids would say, just spit in facts or something. And this part of the OST is silent. Let's get ourselves some blush. And some other stuff. That was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. And a bit darker, or a bit less dark, I guess. Can't keep up with the kids anymore. I had never been able to keep up with the kids whatsoever. This is the well underground Siofra something? Noxtella? I'm also listening to the Elden Ring soundtrack trying to remember any of it. Because the music just passed me by completely. So we have this slightly creepy music going on underneath Kirby, having a fun time with a horn. Oh god, bots! Oh no! Ooh. Have I doodled Frogum before? I have doodled many Frogums in the past. Set this to overlay, get some highlights going. That makes it look shiny. Let's not do that. This does not match up as a blown out cheek. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm worrying about it, but you don't have to. Also, I've got to add a little bit of multiply to this, but not too much. Well, that works too. I wasn't intending to do that, but it works. Don't you like it when things work out despite your best efforts? Okay. And now quick shade, soft shade, soft cell, change it low. Sorry, my braid is on autopilot at the moment. It's fine. This is cute as heck. Oh, thanks. There's also a lizard. They're just there. I can make this look a little nicer by grabbing this here and making it boom. A little stronger than the old orange in the shadows. Nice, and just a little overlay for good measure. Right, now let's do line art, color, merge, clip, copy, 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 copy. Oh, no, hang on. Gotta blur it first. Bloy. Gaussian bloy. And then copy, 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 copy. Until the line art has disappeared. Set color. Give this a color. That's not what I wanted to do. That a color. And it kind of works. We can fix that a little. Also, this could be lighter. Oh, look at that. And Kirby's eyes are blue, I think. Dark blue. Darker and deeper, like the abyss. You do not stare into Kirby's eyes. Kirby's eyes steal your sight. Nope. Something like that. How does one not make everything look nasty and decayed all the time? How does one make things look nasty and decayed? It is a different skill set. So it's hard to do. I find rough hard to do. So, as you could probably tell by my Dark Souls comic, which was very clean for Dark Souls. Next, what am I doing next? So that was a quick one. Skill set is very specific to nasty. Someone said frog, but I'm trying to think of an interesting way to draw a frog. I mean, if we're sticking to the Souls theme, there is a frog boss. Could draw that. Speaking of nasty. Let's do a quick doodle of them down here. I don't want to have them draw blowing bubbles as well. All of the things. I did that last time. Bubble blowing. Bubble blowing Freya and... all the bubbles. But what will I call the VOD? If I've already used bubbles. Okay, fine, bubbles. You wouldn't hold it like that, would you? Okay, let's skip that then and hold it. Yes, I do confess this is definitely one of the one of the instances where Ploops could definitely do this better justice than I could. I mean, when it comes to this franchise, it's just pretty much everything. Bubble Frogums? I mean, you're oaring now. Cute is great too. I mean, I don't know how much of this I drew since you wrote that. It's typically got quite a wide mouth, so this is tricky to have a bubble blowing thing, but I think the larger lips are sort of starting point. We've got a tongue, I'm going to assume he's got a tongue. You got a significantly more grotesque handsome Squidward vibe than I originally intended, but here they are. Ah, this is supposed to be quick. Folds, many folds in this. If you're looking for folds, this is your boss. I think just need to do. that. That feels better. I think they have a tail. I don't know. Never really see the back of them. Got some good squishy folds. Only top quality squishy folds. Looks like it's enjoying itself. Yeah. I mean, usually it enjoys itself by singing, but I'm sure it can have a little fun blowing bubbles as well. I think this is probably the most interesting boss design in the game. I really like this. It's weird. It feels like it would fit perfectly well in Elden Ring. Oh yeah, I was doing the hand here. Horrible, lanky fingery hand. Right, cool. Now I've got to render this somehow in clean line art, he says, with some sort of clarity. Let's go. Let's go 10. 10 seems fine. This'll be fine. Don't you worry about it. There we go. Back to it. What's going on here? I don't know. I didn't specify. Because my past self hates my future self. Say something like that, and a future self can work that bit out as well. Thank you very much. Right. Well, I already ate that, so that's a good sign. Look, Ploops has been in chat for like 10 minutes, and I'm already drawing this. Corrupting influence. Perspective's weird. It's an odd nose. Sort of goes concave. The Curse of Proops, the nasty follows you. I would make a reference to Elden Ring here, but I don't know if you've played it, and as a consequence, calling you the Dung Eater would probably be quite rude. I mean, to be fair, it's rude if you have played it, because not the nicest person, the Dung Eater. Not played it, but you feel instinctively flattered. Sounds like your kind of guy. Big on corruption, big on curses, and making sure everybody just becomes awful. And you, as the player, have the option to say, yeah, I like that, let's do that as the ending. What is this? Where did Cute Frogums go? Cute Frogums was never here. I guess the comedically superior response to that should have been, what do you mean? This is Cute Frogum. Look at them, they're having a wonderful time. One of the things I like about this boss is that, like a lot of things in Dark Souls 2, there's no real explanation for it, but in this case I feel like that's beneficial. I don't want to know more about this thing. I like not knowing about it, because it's just like, what? What are you? Do not answer that question, it's purely rhetorical. That's what you were thinking. Cute Frogums is right here. They like to sing. They're called the Demon of Song. They're cute. Look at them. Having a good time. I don't know if they are the frog or just in a frog. It's difficult to tell. We can have Cute Frog Wizard in Via. Let's do a Cute Frog Wizard as well. After I've coloured this. Which shouldn't take long, there's only really 2 colours. A little brighter. And also missing, yes, I see. Actually, let's make it a bit more. Like that. That's a little bit more like that. Green tongue, why not? Well, no, actually blue tongue. Bluey, greeny, cyan. Sure. Darker colour for these nails. And these bits because they're in shadow, because I can't be bothered to do the proper colour. And also the area where the eyes are. To illustrate their sunkenness. And then what a thing. I think this is your child. This is old Japanese yokai. It's got that feel, isn't it? Yeah. Got a kind of yokai-y feel. I think that's the thing I always liked about Dark Souls 2, is it just did whatever. But at the same time, it also felt more grounded. I don't know. With Dark Souls 2 is a weird one. Bubble, bubble, bubble. And then Elden Ring picks up right where that leaves off. Of just like, what are we? It's just any. Any. Let's go any. Have we considered any? Oh, this is Melania. I recognize this immediately. Have I mentioned the Melania boss fight in Elden Ring is just needs fixing? Sure. Sure, let's go with that, shall we? Yeah, and then I'll draw a cute frog wizard, and then we'll call it a day. And next time we do a doodle stream, I will not draw anything blowing bubbles, I promise. I feel like... Hang on. I was about to say, I feel like there should be like several layers of grime on top of this. I think I can do that. Is that gonna work? Nah, it's a bit splishy splashy. Try something else. Something like that. That feels more in the spirit of the thing. Right. What was I doing? Shady. No grime on the bubbles. Bubbles are grimeless. Oh, that was weird. For a second I thought I heard like monk chanting in my ears. And it's just the sound of a motorcycle driving past my house. How weird that temporarily they could evoke the similar audio recognition. Similar timbre. If only monks in the medieval era had access to motorcycles. How their chanting would be different. Just perfect dodge. How dare you! How dare you? Overlay, 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 overlay. This thing is wet. It's in a lake. It's wet. You've seen videos of nuns moshing to metal music? Good for them. Good old nun mosh. There's something peculiar about that sequence of words. Nun mosh. Did the music just stop, or is it just really quiet? No, it stopped. How dare! So why not biker monks? Yeah. Biker monks of Mars. Cool. And now the more smooshy. I'm not entirely sure how well this is going to show up given the grime. I do just have a folder in my folder in my computer called resources, where I just put like image textures and things like that, particularly for 3D stuff. But one of those folders is just called Grunge and Grime. And there's some good textures like this in there. Surprising how useful they are. Particularly back in the old SSS days when I used to try and make something look like a real sort of grimy piece of paper or something. Those were the old days when I used to every week have 6 2-panel comics together with a pseudo photorealistic border to go with it and significant elbow pain. Okay, final color. Merge, clip, blur. Copy, 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 copy. Merge, set color, give this a color. That's too bright. Probably as good as it's gonna get. Frog Wizard. let's do that quickly, and then we'll call it an eve. What a horrible, horrible thing that is. Nope, bit of distant cello there. How am I going to do this hat? The fun wizard hat. No, that's not going to work. Just keep it like that. Keep it simple. Sometimes you keep it simple, don't rock the boat, you know? Ah, that's ancestral spirit. You love the horrible, horrible thing. I'm glad. Someone should. Because it's not me. Now, the boss is cool. Yes, if you want to look up the original of what that is, that's the Demon of Song. Why is it the Demon of Song? I don't know, it sings. And I guess it's vaguely demonic. It doesn't look like any other demon in the franchise, but sure. Oops. First there was a frog on a hat, now there's a frog in a hat. Oh, how far we've come. Auto saving. Do. To be fair, auto saving has saved me a couple of times over the course of the past couple of weeks, so I can't complain too much. I'm also going to have a little chunk out of the hat like that, in order to represent the lily pad hat. Should probably lean into that actually. Let's get rid of the. You maybe have a brim to the hat, like a lily pad. So that's kind of a fun idea. This is their wand. They found it on the floor outside. But it's good enough for them. Sure. Cool. Then let's do quick ink. Quick lines. I don't know why I call it inking. As somebody who is a purely digital illustrator, never inked anything with ink. It's a legacy title for me, at least. They found it on the floor. You're stealing this for fear. You're welcome. I'm flattered anybody would want to steal something I made for something I've made. This feels quite Avonvale, actually. Oh, just so you know, I am working on something for Avonvale that's a little more substantial than just here's 3 more characters. Although I will be doing more here's 3 more characters, because that's fun. I want to do them more frequently, I think I can. Just need to know what to focus on, really. I mean, I need to focus on getting money. That's one of the things I need to focus on. More pushing for commissions and such. Particularly, you know, stuff like this. If I can do, like, commissions like this. I did these in 2 hours. Like, these can be cheap. These can be real cheap. But I can also do the more complicated stuff as well, if anybody fancies. Excited for more Ravenville? Yeah. There's 2 different zones for Ox. People can travel. NPCs can travel around the world. More on that later. Have that sticking out there just for the purposes of composition. The music's just very quiet again. Note to self, Elden Ring soundtrack. Not ideal for streams. The nail in the coffin will be copyright strikes. We'll see, we'll see. I don't remember getting copyright strikes for Dark Souls stuff. Or Bloodborne or what have you. Which is why I still have them in my stream playlist. But, need to find more fun soundtracks. Or make them. If you want to commission me to make music for your game, that's also something you can do. Cool. Little less on this one. Cool, cool. I guess this can't really be Avonvale because there's not really like wizards in Avonvale. But there can certainly be old wizened hats and such. I did hear once that they were just like those very wide-brimmed floppy hats were just sort of like used by academics, but I don't know the validity of it. It would make sense, this idea of, you know, these were the old wise people, the wisards. It's not the best twig I've ever drawn, but it's fine for my purposes. My purposes being this doodle and nothing more. Oh yeah, that's something. I should probably make some sort of like social media post thing, explanation as to what Project Via is. So that I could go, hey everybody, come watch this, it's a good time. Maybe, probably. I can't imagine it wouldn't be a good time. Is that all the lines? I guess so. So it's, nope, hang on. Not quite. Not quite there, little friend. There we go. One of your co-workers calls their graduation regalia our wizard robes. I mean, that's fair. No, me getting annoyed at the shape of a twig. Very crispy. Very end of a crispy stream-esque, isn't it? Okay, we'll just do this final one. 20 minutes of drawing a twig. Cool, right, fantastic. Color. Make this a reference layer so that I can just color inside. Let's give you this sort of feel. That sort of, whoa, okie dokie, I need the highlight thing, thank you. Yeah. They're not wearing shoes, I don't think that's a problem. I'm gonna go with little brighter than that. And now it sticks frog friend. 'Tis indeed, and frog friend. They are here to solve your magical problem as part of their coursework. Don't worry, they read up on it before they came. I'm gonna make the whole thing just a little bit lighter. There we go. And now some quick shares. We'll do this just before we end, he said 20 minutes ago. Gosh, I used to do this quickly. What's going on? That's the only problem with the way I like to do shading is that shading on very vivid colours tends to look quite weak. So I have to go in and change that manually, but hey, most of the time it works. Let's go in and change it manually. Let's not close gaps. Let's just grab all the green we can. And less saturated. There we go. This is just a technical observation from my end. Everyone else is probably thinking it's fine. Happy you managed to catch a bit of the stream for the first time in like forever. Oh, I'm glad. I'm happy you managed to come along. We need to set this to overlay so that I can do the overlay colors. Do. Why is that so strong? That's a very strong overlay. What? Turn it down a little bit. That's probably because it's yellow on green. I don't really do a lot of green. Oh, I recognize this music. Don't know what it is though. We'll go with that. Now let's just make the general overlays and the shadows is. Auto saving. This is now a Gryffindor frog, was it? I mean, they're wearing green, so. I like the idea of somebody being in, like, Slytherin or what have you, because of their sort of, you know, malicious tendencies, but they are also incompetent. So I feel like any given group of people has the potential to contain, you know, a blundering fool. I don't think intentions have anything to do with it. Oh, the scarf. I was just trying to think of something that contrasted with green. Cool. Now line up. Moij. Blur. don't know why we have things selected. Clip, copy, 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 copy. Merge, set to color, grab something like that, turn you slightly brighter, slightly darker. That, go over the top and make some big ol' shinies. One more. Little overlay. A couple of little shinies on the skin. Yeah, that'll do. There we go. A page doodles. Of varying horrificness. Is that a word? That's not a word. This is a great friend group. Don't know how they met. I don't know what their common interests are. But they're friends. I feel like the lizard is like gets a lot of flack for hanging around these people, but if anybody tries to insult them, they go straight for their throat. So they're my friends. Common interest is clearly Bubbles. Yes. The first meetup of a new band. Who plays what? Well, Kirby's obvious. They play bubble music. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming along. But this is a slightly longer than expected stream, given that half an hour I said, I'll just quickly do this. Singing is the singing guy. Makes sense. And on vocals, the Demon of Song. Makes sense. Then about them hanging out at a cafe now. I mean, just for the sake of reference, the Demon of Song is like, I don't know, 10 meters tall? It's big. It's a big thing. Well, maybe 10 is probably an exaggeration. 6, 7. This was a good time. Thank you. I'm glad people had a good time. And I'm glad to see Bloops again. Thank you. Yee. We'll be back tomorrow with... not with that. We'll be back tomorrow with... Project Via. Hooray! Collaborative world-building thing. It wants to make fantasy world. I know at least 9 people do. Thank you for quickly doing Cute Frog. It's my pleasure. Let's turn off that music so that we can actually have some music you can hear for the ending. Yeah. Who knows how well this is gonna go. But we'll work it out. We'll work it out. So yeah, I like doing these little doodle streams. I think I might keep doing them. I don't know when. Saturday's usually raft or group game stream. Wednesday, maybe Wednesday could just be a doodle day. Don't know. Via! Yes. I had to turn the logo sideways to fit it into the, the hexagon on screen, but hopefully you get the idea. Yeah, I don't know what to say really. It's Project Via on Sunday. It's doing fun collaborative stuff. And I have no idea how it's going to go. I expect chaos and all plans to fall apart. But that's just me. Also, I still need to code a thing in the website so that I can store people's writing as well as pictures. Yeah. Yours is the raft world. You have water world. Full of plastic. Doodle streams, they're a good time. It's just random, give me a random doodle, come up with a thing. I should post these to social media, really. We've done quite a few at this point. I feel like these will do well on social media. I don't understand social medias anymore. Also, I should have posted a time-lapse of a tarot card today, but I didn't, because I'm neglectful. But yes, if you haven't seen, if you're not a patron, the first part of the tarot video is out. If you are a patron, the second part of the tarot video is out. Yeah, both of them contain cards I like. So that's something. Promote myself. I'm terrible at promoting myself. You know this. Nobody else does because I'm terrible at promoting it. But yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. I really should do... How many years have I been streaming now? Like 3.5? I should really practice diction so that people can understand what I'm saying. Thanks for the good stream. Thank you for being here. Hope everybody has a wonderful remainder of their weekend. I will be getting things ready for tomorrow's stream, probably, mostly. Yeah. And I'll see you around. Thank you very much. Look after yourselves. And yeah, goodbye.